Kicking off the main card, UFC 277 from Dallas. It's an absolute banger. We got Anthony Lionheart Smith taking on our boy Magomed Ankalaev. And what can you say about Ankalaev? I mean, this dude is on one of the sickest win streaks in the UFC. He's 17-1 overall. The one loss, Paul Craig, in the final second of the third round. My all-time favorite submission, the greatest of all time. And no one knows how Paul Craig pulled that off because Magomed is, at this point, honestly looking unstoppable at 205. Most recently, it was, I don't want to call it a snooze fest of a performance, but it was a calculated, very subdued almost pace against Thiago Santos. And it was a unanimous decision, one that I thought was pretty obvious, and I think most agreed. And before that, he had some nice dominant performances against Volkan Oezdemir, Nikita Krylov, and then some beautiful finishes before that, right? What he did to Kutelaba, what he did to Lungi and Bula, what he did to Marcin Prachnio, I mean, he smoked all these dudes. Very easy work. And he's taken on Lionheart, who there's no better gatekeeper, right? I mean, Lionheart is one of the toughest dudes in the UFC. You and I were there when he fought against John Jones for the title, and he had the Diego Sanchez out. He could have walked away with the belt, but ultimately he has the Lionheart and decided to continue the contest despite that illegal knee from John Jones, because you know Lionheart isn't a dude who would ever want to win a championship like that. And it speaks to his toughness, but it's not just toughness that this guy has. I mean, throughout his UFC career, this dude has gotten better and better, and his three-fight win streak that's ongoing right now has honestly been impressive, right? 2 out of 3 of those, he earned Performance of the Night bonuses and wins against pretty legit 205ers, right? Devin the Brown Bear Clark, Ryan Superman Span, and then he absolutely smoked Jimmy Crute in that first round as well. So Lionheart's had a nice sort of resurgence of late. He's taking on Ankalaev, who looks unbeatable. Any chance Lionheart gets this done, or you roll with Ankalaev? And if Magomed gets this done, is it a title shot next?
Yeah, no, I think this is an inevitable title shot if he gets this done, especially in convincing fashion. If he gets a quick knockout or dominate just from beginning to end, which I think he will do. Like, I just don't really know what Lionheart is going to do that's going to be able to stop him. I mean, Lionheart is basically fighting one of the best counter fighters in the game right now. I mean, we saw Santos and Magomed go at it, and it's basically counter versus counter. And I mean, Santos, it wasn't really even competitive. It was a very slow one, and a lot of people kind of got sour and lost a little hype on him. But like it was like the highest level of chess you could ever see out there, to be honest. And I could see a similar thing, but I think Lionheart's going to bring it to him, so this should be more of an exciting fight. But I could honestly see Magomed getting it done in the first or second round, kind of like how Glover smashed. But it's going to be on the feet, quick and easy.
Yeah, good stuff. And man, if you remember that Glover contest, I mean, that one was pretty hard to watch. Glover just knocked Anthony Lionheart Smith's teeth out in that one, and pretty gnarly. So if Ankalaev does anything similar to what Glover did, then that's a rough evening for Lionheart for sure. And if we look over at Tapology, 82% is rolling with Ankalaev. Majority is by decision. I guess they think that Lionheart is a pretty tough dude to finish in 3 round contests, and perhaps this thing does go the full 15. And 18% is roll with Lionheart. It seems pretty differentiated, those going with the KO sub or the decision. You mentioned, you're not sure where Lionheart would have any sort of advantage in this fight. Any chance? I mean, we know traditionally these Russians, these Dagestan guys are always down to grapple, but Ankalaev is a stand-up first, sort of rare breed. Do you think that Lionheart maybe tries to grapple, maybe tries to get this thing to the mat, and any threats down there? Because we know he's a legit black belt. So any concerns there, or do we think this is just going to be a stand-up banger?
I think it's gonna be a stand-up banger, and if it does hit the ground, I mean, I could totally see, uh, you know, Magomed getting it done on there. Also, I don't know, I just don't see any spot where, Smith's gonna have an advantage. Like, it would be very impressive and mind-blowing to me if to see that. I just don't at all. I just see this being a very convincing, fun fight to watch, and Smith is gonna lose either via unanimous decision or he's going to get knocked out by Magomed. Magomed is no joke.
Yeah, he's no joke for sure. And I don't know, I guess I just asked because, Lionheart again wins by submission a lot. And if we look at Ankalaev, he doesn't have any wins by submission. His lone loss was by submission against Paul Craig. So I just feel like on the feet that it's not going to be a great idea for Lionheart to want to stand and bang. And I don't know. I mean, I'm just wondering if a takedown might be part of the game plan for Lionheart Smith because we haven't really seen too much of Ankalaev down on the ground, so I'm hopeful. I'm with you that he looks competent down there. Maybe he can just kind of spry right back up to his feet, and we don't even have to worry about that. But nonetheless, I'm interested to see if this fight gets there, what it does look like when there. But either way, gonna roll with Ankalaev for sure in this one. Not quite sure if he gets the finish. I think decision might be the best bet, just because Lionheart's so tough, man, and it's gonna take a lot to put him out. But if Ankalaev makes a statement with a just amazing finish in this one, then it's going to be tough to deny an imminent title shot because the dude's running through everyone, and Lionheart is one of the final bosses, so to speak. So, any last thoughts on this one?